Welcome to my YouTube channel which discusses drawing exercises. Today I am going to talk about what to draw if you don't feel inspired to draw anything while I draw this. We all end up in a rut once in a while not knowing what to draw, and that is perfectly fine. Here are some tips to get you started drawing again. What to draw depends on a few things. 1. It depends on the drawing tools you have at your disposal. 2. It depends on where you are and what is around you to look at. 3. It depends on what you feel like drawing and what to become better at. What you draw can depend on what drawing tools you have with you. But even if you don't have drawing tools with you, you can still draw. For example, if you are out and about and you don't have a sketchbook with you, you can look at a scene and try to remember it. Then close your eyes and try to draw it in your mind from memory. Then open your eyes again and see what you missed. Repeat this a few times until you think you are remembering everything. Then, when you get back home, you can grab your favorite drawing tools and draw the scene from memory. This is in fact one of the most powerful drawing exercises you can do. But it is also a good idea to have a sketchbook with you always. If you are out and about, it is a good idea to keep the sketchbook small so that carrying it does not become a burden. If your drawing tools become too heavy, then eventually you will start to leave them at home. A note on what paper and pencil or pen to use. It doesn't matter. We are talking about practicing drawing. When at home, printer paper and a ballpoint pen will do fine. While out and about, a cheap sketchbook and fine liner will do fine also. Use materials that are cheap enough that you are not afraid to ruin a page, so to speak. Because it isn't about the tools, it is about drawing a lot, and I hope this video will give you some ideas. Now, say you do have a sketchbook with you and a pen or pencil or whatever you feel comfortable drawing with. If you are in a nice spot and you see beautiful things around you, you can start to draw that. Draw anything you find beautiful. You can even copy typography if you like. You can learn a lot about design by copying typography, but you can sketch scenes also. Buildings, people sitting still. You can also go to specific locations to sketch. Maybe there is a city you like, or maybe you want to go to the zoo. Drawing animals can be a challenge if they walk around a lot. A trick is to draw the same animal in different poses. Animals tend to return to the same pose many times, so you can continue on that pose when they strike it again. You can also go to a museum. A tip when you go to a museum. Quickly walk around and choose a few works of art you want to study in detail. You have only 2 hours or so before your concentration starts to drop. Better to spend it studying a few masterpieces really carefully than rapidly walking past hundreds of pieces. Then when you chose these few pieces, really study them and copy them into your sketchbook to learn from. If you are at home, you can also look up photos or art online and copy these into your sketchbook for practice. Model drawing class is such an important part of your training too. It teaches you many things: human anatomy, how different people are from one to the other. And this is the main reason you should be doing figure drawing classes the rest of your life. If you stop doing that, you will start to develop mannerisms and draw, say, hands or noses, etc. the same way on each person. You need to keep going to these model drawing classes to be reminded of how different people can be. If you can't go to model drawing class for some reason, there are also plenty of resources online for you to use. Lots of websites with lots of models to use for practice. Model drawing class also teaches you about how to make sure something fits on the paper. It trains you to get proportions right, to think in volumes and light and dark, and about gesture drawing poses and how they can convey emotion. Gesture drawing is also a great way to warm up, and model drawing is also fun to do. For model drawing class, large sheets of newspaper and some charcoal are all you need. Cheap drawing materials. The end result is not these drawings themselves, but an improved understanding of the human figure and improved drawing skills. It's okay to throw these drawings away, they are just a byproduct of your learning process. You should try to draw large on these sheets because that trains you to move with your shoulder or at least your elbow and not your wrist or fingers. We learn to use a pen by writing, by using our fingers. For drawing, it is a good idea to train yourself to make lines using large motion with your arm. Another consideration is to look at things you find hard to draw. This is harder to do and thus less fun, but it is useful when you are having the energy for it, to practice drawing things you find hard to draw. But make sure you switch to drawing things you enjoy drawing also. Another thing you can do is fill sketchbook pages with designs for things. You can create small so-called thumbnail sketches, small drawings around an inch in height or width, to quickly try out a design idea. Working that small forces you to discard details and make makes you consider the shapes on the page. Plus, because they are small, you can easily discard them and try many. Don't fall in love with your first design, try many. And you can design many things this way. Industrial design for objects to be used by humans. Or maybe you want to design a caricature of someone or a character design. Or maybe you want to design a unique typography for something. If you are drawing in a sketchbook, you can also write in it. It is a great place to capture ideas, visually or through text. If you find you are somewhere where there is nothing at all for you to look at, copy or memorize, you can still practice drawing by doing exercises that improve your hand dexterity. A few drawing exercises that are great for that are: put a point on a piece of paper and then draw lines to that point from many different angles without rotating the page. You will find that you are probably better at drawing lines in one specific direction, but through this exercise you will become better at drawing lines at other angles also. This helps you later because it means you can keep drawing without having to constantly break your concentration to rotate a page. Another exercise is to fill a page with circles and ellipses. This is a useful skill because it is useful to be able to build things up from cylinders and cones, and for those, in order to draw them in perspective, you need to be able to draw ellipses well. Another great exercise is to draw a curved line and then to trace over the line in the air until you are sure you got the line right, and only then to commit it to the page. This makes you better at placing lines accurately and with intent. One other exercise is to draw boxes in many orientations. This is useful because it allows you to draw things inside these boxes and therefore allows you to draw things in many orientations. The edge lines of the boxes are great guides that can help you orient things correctly. In this video you see me drawing a Japanese woman handing out leaflets. You have many of these in Japan, and I took a photo of one while I was there. I used that photo to do this exercise and draw her from many different angles. I hope these tips give you some ideas on what to draw next. I also have a website with many drawing exercises. I will also link to a few of the drawing exercises mentioned in this video below in the description. Thank you for watching and listening.